Waves through a lone south pair, faces just stop and stare, catching no lights. So I hold you close, no matter where you go. Through all the rain and snow, we close behind. And I hold on, these skies will come. If you hold down, carry you home. In my shoes, walking in lines we drew. Said you're just passing through. 6 years ago, so I hold on. These threads won't come undone if you hold down, carry you. just lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time away. So just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing I wear is colder, but the days are over yet. Summer nights while the sun goes by, as you find